Hi everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit organization in Richardson, Texas, solely dedicated to helping you and everyone with Parkinson's around the world regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. We conduct these online Speak Out Home practice sessions 5 days a week, and we make the recordings available so you can use them anytime. And our purpose in doing this is to help you to establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. We want you doing your Speak Out exercises every day. Today's topic, let's say this with intent, animal idioms. Now, idioms kind of went back this way for me. Let's speak out and say it. Ready? Animal idioms. Idioms. Speak out. Do it again. Animal idioms. That's right. Every word we say, we're going to speak out. We also had a very good question come in asking about how do you do your speak out exercises if you're in an apartment and you're concerned about them being too loud. I'm going to answer that question after we do our counting exercise. So let's start by taking a sip of water with intent. Really think about it when you take your sip of water. The first speak out exercise is called the warm-up. I want you to lift your voice and project it forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Throw your voice. Project your voice across your room. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Don't let it trail off. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. All right, again. May, me, my, mo, moo. One more time. Be very deliberate. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very nice. Let's take a sip of water with intent. I want you doing everything with intent. When you use intent, when you're purposeful and deliberate, you are activating a part of the brain that is not as dependent on dopamine. And so that's very important for people with Parkinson's because you don't have enough dopamine. Take your water. All right, speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. We deliberately, purposefully open our mouth wide and project the ah forward. Here we go. Ah. Try to keep it consistent throughout. Let's do it again. Again. It is okay if you cannot hold it that long. You never want to squeeze the words out. It's better to have a shorter one that's nice and strong than to be struggling with the longer one or squeezing the words out because you're running out of air. Let's do a shorter ah with intent. Ah. Good. Again. We've done the warm-ups and the ahs. We're going to move on to the glides. Let's take a sip of water with intent. Speak out exercise number 3 is the glide. It's probably the most challenging exercise we have. I want you to project an ah, a steady ah first. So when you say ah, you kind of hear it. So you're going to hear ah, and then start gliding. Ready? Ah. It is very important that you are deliberate about stopping all the way at the top and then starting over. Let's do it again. I notice when I am gliding down, I'm having to purposefully keep my mouth open and keep the sound strong and in front of me. So let's start high and then glide down and really think about, I feel like it's like a roller coaster or a slide, and it's kind of accelerating as it's going down. Let's start high. So do you notice we're speaking out? The sound is in front of us even though we're gliding down. Let's try it again. Start high. Good. Something else about the glide, we're not going up as high as we can and we're not going down as low as we can. We kind of start and stop at the same pitch. I don't want you thinking about the pitch, but I also really don't want you going into falsetto or trying to go down too low. Let's do 2 more with intent from the beginning. Ready? One more, our last one. Make it a good one. Yes, I do feel I have to purposefully and deliberately keep my mouth open. Let's take a sip of water with intent. I'm sipping on warm water. You don't need to do that. Any water will be okay. Warm water just feels better to me. We're moving on to speak out exercise number 4, the counting. I want you to lift your voice just like you did with the warm-up where you did may, me. Well, we're going to do the same thing with the counting. It's going to be 1, 2. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Make sure to connect the numbers. We don't want 1, 2. We want 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're being deliberate. Every word, every number we're speaking out. Let's start with 12 and go backwards. 12, 11, 10. Keep going. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right, before we get to the reading, we did have a question come in, so I want to answer that. We have somebody from California who moved from their home into an apartment, I think it is, and they are concerned that when they do their speak out exercises, they will be too loud. That is a concern for a lot of people, so I'm glad you asked the question and I have the opportunity to answer it. Number one, I want you to know that the exercises to you feel a lot louder than they really are. With Parkinson's, everything feels like it's here when it's really here. And when things kind of feel normal, they're actually too low. So one thing you can do is go to your neighbors and tell them that you'll be doing the exercises and ask them, can you hear me? Say, I'm going to be doing my exercises at 10 a.m. They only last 20 minutes. And I wonder if you could just tell me, are they bothering you? Okay, so just go to your neighbors and tell them. But keep in mind, they feel louder than they really are. The next thing I want you to know is that you need to do the exercises. There have been many people who have gone through speak out therapy and they don't continue with the exercises. Because Parkinson's is a progressive degenerative condition, if you go through speech therapy or physical therapy for that matter, and you don't keep up with the exercises, it will go right back down to where it was when you started and then probably get worse. So it is something that you just have to do. Some other suggestions I have for you. I used to have a patient who did the exercises in his closet. He felt like the clothes in his closets absorbed some of the sound and he just felt more comfortable. So he put a chair in his closet. I guess his closet was a lot bigger than mine is. Put a chair in there, and he even had a little bit of fun with it. He called it his radio station, and on the back of the door, of the closet door, it would say, WRAT is on the air. So he would call it WRAT, is on the air, is off the air. I have also gone and had a family member stand outside the door of the apartment, or if you're living in a retirement community, to see if it's really as loud as it feels to you. And you could also put a sign on your door, doing my Parkinson's speech exercises will be done by 10:20, something like that. I hope those suggestions help you. One other suggestion, we have so a lot of people ask, how do they do their exercises on a cruise? We have a Speak Out graduate who goes on a cruise practically every year. And so what he would do, he would check in with the cruise director, and what they would normally let him do, they would let him go into the regatta room in the mornings to do his exercises, and they had a sign on the door and it said rehearsal in progress. And then when he was done with his Parkinson's speech exercises, he would take the sign off the door and throw it under the door, is what they asked him to do, and that way they would know that he was done. So there's always a way to work it out. All right, next we're moving on to the fifth Speak Out exercise, the reading, and our topic today are animal idioms. For the reading, we are building strength and endurance. All right, we're going to read every sentence twice with intent. High energy, much stronger, more intent than you would use in conversation. And I want you to stretch out the highlighted word. By stretching out the vowels in the highlighted word, it forces you to think about it a little bit more, and so you'll be using intent. Here we go. Birds of a feather flock together. Again, speak out. Birds of a feather flock together. We're still lifting and projecting our voices forward. Next one. Eyes like a hawk. Again. Eyes like a hawk. Next one. Hold your horses. Stretch out the highlighted word. Ready? Hold your horses. Next one. Monkey see, monkey do. Again, speak out. Monkey see, monkey do. Next one. Take the bull by the horns. Again. Take the bull by the horns. Next. Make a beeline. Again. Make a beeline. Now, you can download today's reading material and take what you learned in this session and practice on your own. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you could read the sentences backwards and then still stretch out the highlighted. So it would be beeline a make. Try it. Beeline a make. Let's do the next one. Horns the Bible the take. It's much harder, and the thing you're looking at, can you speak out the whole time? So if reading them forwards is just a breeze, it's so easy, you could try reading them backwards. Let's try that one again. Ready? Horns the Bible the take. It's just another suggestion for how you could practice. Go ahead and take a sip of water with intent. We're moving on to the sixth speak out exercise, which is the cognitive exercise. For this exercise, we want you to have to think and speak out at the same time. Go ahead and finish the phrase. Ready? Busy as a... Did you speak out when you said that? Let's do it again. Busy as a bee. And the next one. Ready? A game of cat and... Are you projecting your voice forward? Are you speaking out? Let's read it again. A game of cat and... Next one. The early bird gets the... Don't trail off. Read it again. The early bird gets the... Next one. A little bird told... Again. A little bird told me. And the last one. Raining cats and... Again, with more intent. Raining cats and dogs. Let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words. These are not actually part of the Speak Out protocol, but a lot of our Speak Out graduates say that they do help them and they enjoy doing them. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's, okay? Use a lot of intent on those sounds. Those force the back of the tongue to go up and hit the roof of the mouth, which is the same movement your tongue uses when you swallow. We'll say each one twice. Ready? Gu la gung ga ga. Gu la gung ga ga. Next one. Ku ka mangu ka. Ku ka mangu ka. Ready? Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Speak out. Kukla. Good job. Take a sip of water and we will move on to our bonus reading. The bonus reading is more challenging than the other reading. It's more than just reading a phrase or a sentence, but being able to read several phrases or sentences and still speak out the entire time. We also have highlighted words in the bonus reading, and so I do want you to stretch those out, and we are doing those so that you will use more intent. We're trying to strengthen the muscles and get you to speak with intent. Here we go. Let's read it together. It is raining cats and dogs is an English idiom. It is used to describe a very heavy rain, but not one that's associated with animals. The phrase was first noted in Jonathan Swift's complete collection of genteel and ingenious conversation, published in 1738. In it, one of Swift's characters expresses a fear that it's going to rain cats and dogs. Although it is unclear whether or not Swift invented the phrase, this, scholars believe, was likely the beginning of its popularity. I encourage you to download today's reading material and practice. And I think it would be great practice for you to take the bonus reading and read it 3 times. The first time you're becoming familiar with the words. Then the second time you try to use more intent. And the third time you read it like you're telling a story or reading to a whole group of people. That's a great way to strengthen the muscles and to use intent. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you are incorporating intent into everything that you're doing, not just speaking with intent, but living with intent. Thank you.